Well, hello there. It is I. How you guys doing? It's the Gypsy again. And today, we're going about, well, hopefully I can manage to pull it off in this video. We're going to talk about 4 fights. 2 of them are MMA fights. The other 2 are boxing fights. I don't usually have not made a video of an MMA fight before. This is going to be the first one. But might as well pull it off. It's, you know, there's good MMA fights coming up. I think tomorrow, is it? On Saturday. Let's go out with the boxing first. We're gonna talk about the Charlo brothers and their fight. I feel like the first fight, well, probably I don't know which one's coming up first between these two. Is it Deverchenko Charlo, or is it Charlo Jamel Charlo versus Resario? Well, let's go with Resario first. I think that fight's gonna end up with a knockout. Mr. Banana Head is gonna get KO'd. He is a very, I mean, he's got good combinations every now and then, but he loses focus. That kid is defensively poor. He's kind of reminds me of Jared Hurd. He's very similar to Jared Hurd. I saw the fight with Julian Williams. I had not seen that fight with him and Julian Williams. I mean, Julian Williams is not that special anyhow in my eyes, and he took that guy out. But I think Charlo's gonna KO this kid maybe in round 7. I feel like Charlo's going to catch him. Charlo got the better stamina between these two. Charlo got the better power as well, more consistent power between these two. Charlo's really haven't been really rocked in his past fights as well. The younger brother, that is, the few seconds younger brother, Jamel, we're talking about here, against Resario. It's you know, skill-wise, they're not that far apart from each other, honestly, between these two guys. They're really not, but one is more focused throughout the whole fight, even though, you know, his style is not that good defensively, but you know, it's a counter-puncher and everything. They're pretty much not that far apart from each other. They're really not that, you know. One thing that I noticed that Resario likes to do is hit the body 1, 2, 2, you know, it's more like 3 4s, and then uppercut. I guess a 5. You want to call that a 5, an uppercut, you know, whichever way your coach wants to fucking put those numbers all together. He does that shit. This kid's gonna probably get KO'd. I don't know how he will get KO'd. Honestly, I would think he would get caught with a fucking possibly a left hook or something like that. That follows up with an uppercut behind the ropes, where Charlo just fucking wails on him with a right hand afterwards and probably fucking takes him out. This is what I see happens. This is, I mean, they're skillfully, they're not that talented, neither one of these guys, but they're good. They're not, I'm talking about elite level, they're not there, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's the result between those two. I think that's what's going to happen, and Resario is going to get put on the canvas, you know? I mean, is Resario as good as Tony Harrison? I don't think so. Not even close. You know what I mean? He has the power that Tony Harrison probably does not have as much, you know? He's not that level, but he's not there. Anyways, because since we got 4 fights, let's jump out to another one. The one with Deverchenko and the older Charlo. I feel like, again, the other Charlo is going to win as well, but this one's not going to be a KO. I feel like this fight, you might see Deverchenko get dropped once. I feel like that's going to happen, and that's probably going to happen with an uppercut. That fool's chin, on the bottom of his chin, he's susceptible for the uppercuts. And Jamal Charlo, the more talented one between the two brothers, has a vicious uppercut that he can land between, especially when Deverchenko ducks in, tries to go for the body shots, whether he goes from the angle or not. He might get caught with one of those. I feel like that's a possibility, but he will not get stopped. Neither one of the guys can stop. And overall, I think Deverchenko would make it look like he has more rounds over Jamal Charlo. I feel like he's going to be the one that's going to pretty much show that he's, you know, like he's winning the fight, but they're not going to give it to fucking Deverchenko. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Deverchenko will catch him with a couple body shots, back up fucking Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo will get pissed, react. He's a tough kid, man. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna try to react, and when he reacts, Deverchenko is gonna counter. But and then he's gonna go into a little shell and then recover and then back at it again. Deverchenko can't knock him out, and this fight's gonna continue on for quite a minute with a few jabs that Charlo's gonna throw. It's a bunch of fucking shots that's gonna be tossed around. You can't just say what kind of shots there's gonna be tossed around. I'm just saying that the possibility of an uppercut that's gonna be landed by Charlo that could put, just like how Danny Jacobs did against Deverchenko, could possibly happen. I could see that happening. I could also see where he gets caught with a couple of, because Charlo got a nice left hook. I could see that happening as well. Left hooks. Jab wise, I don't know how efficient he's going to be touching him with the jab. I don't think he's going to be touching him with the jab as much, but he will gauge him, Charlo. I could see that happening. And I can't predict how many rounds Deverchenko will win. I'll probably say more than fucking 6. Just say that much. Be more than 6. I would say probably 7 to 8. Because of the knockdown that's probably going to happen in the fight. It'll be a close fight where they'll edge it out to Charlo. They'll say Charlo did enough to fucking win the fight, but I don't think Charlo is going to win that fight in a fair match. They're just going to give it to fucking Charlo anyhow. Unless Deverchenko has someone up his sleeve that, maybe a little bird, you know what I mean? Like how Canelo and Triple G, happens. You never know. But since he's looking past Charlo. Anywho, so that's my prediction between those two fights. I'm speeding this shit up. 5-6 minutes? Maybe we can go back into those fights, back it again. Talk about it more detailed. So the next fight, Dominic Reyes versus Jan Blachowicz. Blaka. This fight is gonna end up with a KO, with Dominic Reyes KOing Jan Blachowicz. I'm just my predictions. This could be completely wrong, or it could be half right, half wrong. We don't know. We'll find out. So I feel like Dominic Reyes is the more skillful stand-up fighter, hands fucking down. And I had actually predicted, even though I didn't make a video off of it, that Dominic, 2 years before this fight with John Jones happened, that he was going to beat John Jones and he was going to get robbed. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. But only my friends could justify that. I never made a video off of it, so I can't stake my claim on this. Just say that I'm just saying that I've been hyped up for Dominic Reyes, and I still believe in the second fight. If they make it, Dominic Reyes beats John Jones, even though John Jones is moving up to the heavyweight. So, with Jan Blachowicz is not that far apart from that guy that Reyes beat way back in the day, 2+ years ago, where he caught my eye. And I said he's gonna beat fucking John Jones at that point. This is the guy to beat him, no one else. What was that guy's name? St. Pierre, some shit like that. Something like fucking St. Peru, some shit like that. Some black dude. If you check his boxing record, you'll know who I'm talking about. He fights pretty much, not box record, his fight record. You'll find out who I'm talking about. Reyes. It's something Pierre. It's a black dude. He fights very similar to that guy, except for the fact that he doesn't throw as many kicks, I guess. Jan Blachowicz. The guy doesn't throw many kicks either. He's very similar, not in style, but the effectiveness in stand-up, in striking. The timing factor of it and everything. Jan Blachowicz is not that great of a timer. He's good, but he's not that great. He has a puncher's chance in this fight, which is not that good against Dominic Reyes. And honestly, with Jan Blachowicz's fights, he's got good stamina. It's not like he does not. He has got pretty good stamina, but so does Dominic Reyes. We've seen that with his past fights. And what I feel is going to happen is he's going to catch him. Likewise, I can't believe it, I'm saying this again, with another uppercut. I feel like he will catch Jan Blachowicz with an uppercut. When Jan Blachowicz is probably throwing his right hand, I guess. No, not throwing his right hand. Maybe I'm wrong with this. Let me think about this a little thoroughly. I'm trying to imagine this fight in my head, how it goes down. No, this will be a straight right hand. But I feel like John Blachowicz is probably weak in the chin. I haven't watched much of this guy's fights, but I know enough about this guy to make this safe assessment to say that I feel like, you know, John Blachowicz gets fucking knocked out. And I think it's going to be a straight right hand. Shit, it could be even a fucking left hook, you know, but I feel like it's going to be a straight right hand where he misses his right and Reyes does a slingshot right hand right on the button, and he follows it with a kick, gets him at the end of the cage, ground him, pounds him, and referee stops. That's what I feel like is going to happen in this fight. And he's kind of a low output fighter, John Blachowicz himself as well, so you got to also consider that as well. Shit, alright. Yeah. So, Dominic Reyes, on the other hand, very precise, very good with the timing factor, very good with the kicking timing, and as well as the fucking hand speed. He can switch stance as well. You know, switch stances follows with an uppercut too. That's it could be a body shot, it could be an uppercut, you know. And people know him for the left hook. He's got a good left hook. So, but I don't think it's the left hook that's going to happen. It's going to be the straight right hand with a slingshot right hand. It's going to come in right on the button with Dominic Reyes when John Blachowicz just throws his right hand. That's my prediction. It could be different. I'm just going to go with that. I'm going with Dominic Reyes with a KO. And last but not least, Pablo Costa, whatever his name is, Costa versus Israel Adesanya. Yeah, with this fight, I feel like Israel Adesanya has finally made meeting his maker. I think this is the guy that's going to beat him. I had a prediction that I picked Whitaker last time. I'm an honest guy. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to make bullshit. And Whitaker was not the guy that pulled it off. But I think, Whitaker was the only dude I picked to beat this dude, and Whitaker didn't pull it off. But I think Pablo Costa, after looking at this guy's fight, you know, what's that guy's name? That fucking Cuban, explosive fighter as well, muscular dude. Shit, I forgot that fool's name. Yoel Romero. Yeah, Yoel Romero is Paulo Costa is like Yoel Romero 2.0. He's got great hand stand-up skills, like Yoel Romero, which is primarily a wrestler. You know what I mean? He has good explosive power. Every now and then he finds good timing, like he did to Luke Rockhold and a bunch of other guys, like he did to fucking Chris Weidman. I could name a few, you know. But the thing is, he's not great at stand-up. And the thing is, Costa has the same shit. Maybe not the same wrestling background. He has a jiu-jitsu background. Obviously not. I don't think he has the same wrestling. But he's strong enough to fucking wrestle through somebody like Yoel Romero. And he has a jiu-jitsu. And on top of that, he also has better stand-up than fucking Yoel Romero. Well, Yoel Romero was chasing down Israel Adesanya and not doing much. Paulo Costa is not going to be the same. Paulo Costa is going to find him, and he will KO him. That's my prediction. He will KO him in the, let's just say, third or possibly the fourth round. Third or fourth. I can't pick on which one. It's going to be third or fourth. I'm going to go with that. And it's kind of hard to pick that round, but I say third or fourth. Dominic Reyes, I said 5 rounds with fucking John Jones, but I can't prove it, sadly. Anyways, well, that's back in the day. Just leave that be. Do you know what I mean? And with Dominic Reyes, John Blachowicz, I feel like that fight will go on past the first round, past possibly the second round, and maybe, because John Blachowicz is a tough guy, he's not going to go down easy. Maybe the 4th or 5th round, I feel like he's going to stop him for that title, because it's a 5-round fight. Both fights are 5-round fights. They're championship fights. They go 5. And I feel like John Blachowicz gets KO'd in the 5th or 4th round. I probably would go more likely to the 5th. I would say probably the 5th round. That's about it. That covers 4 fights. Did I mention 4 fights? Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. I did mention 4 fights. And it's the first video I do 4 fucking fight predictions. It's gonna be crazy. Imagine if I get all wrong. It's possible, man. It's a fight game. You don't know what will happen. You'd be surprised. You know? Almost crazy shit happened. Then next time, like what happened with Dylan White and fucking Povetkin. If you don't call that a lucky punch, I don't know what the fuck you call a lucky punch. Getting his ass beat almost every single fucking round, gets knocked down twice. Comes back, pretends to throw a body shot, ends with a fucking beautiful on the button uppercut. You know, I'm not saying the technique is lucky. I'm just saying the shot's lucky, because if White came in, had his head focused and not thinking about going for the kill after dropping him twice, that probably wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? That probably wouldn't happen. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have called it a lucky punch, you know, if Povetkin pulled that same move off in the first, second round and you see White all bobble-headed and then he recovers or some shit like that. I wouldn't have called that a lucky punch. But that did not happen. He caught him. He surprised him. Great shot. Beautiful shot. But let's be honest, Dylan White was beating the shit out of him. And those jackasses say Dylan White is not technical, this and that. And as soon as he faces a technical fighter, he fucking loser. What did I tell you? Yeah, shut the fuck up, first of all. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That guy, he beat Parker. You know what I mean? Parker's pretty fucking talented. And he smashed him. He honestly beat him. And he obviously was about to lose in the last fucking round. He got knocked down and everything. But he did more than enough to beat fucking Parker. Made it more obvious. Anybody would have seen that he beat fucking Parker. You know what I mean? You don't have to score that fight to fucking tell who won that fight. Anyways. But Povetkin's case was different. Povetkin just got a lucky shot in. And I'm happy for him. You know, it does happen. But I don't think the second time coming it's going to be the same. But I think Dylan White should give enough recovery time because his head got fucking wobbled. And Dylan White, just like one of these YouTubers, I forgot the guy's name. I give him props. He said it himself. Dylan White is susceptible for uppercuts. He is a guy that can get punished. He can get knocked out if somebody lands a decent uppercut on him. You know what I mean? So he's still a challenger, bro. He still has a shot to even beat AJ. I'm not gonna give him no shots at all. I think he's advanced enough in his boxing, in his skill set at this point in his career that he could probably pull it off. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying it's possible. It's not an unlikelihood, you know, that it won't happen because AJ's chin is suspect as always, and Dylan can pull it off. He's beaten them in the amateurs. He lost in the pros, but he can come back and beat him. It's in a given day, bro. In a given day. That's how you say it. So, I mean, yeah, all for you Dylan White haters. I'm not a fan of Dylan White much. I don't really give a fuck about the guy. That was a lucky punch. Let's end it there. It was. Whether you like to admit it or not, that's a lucky punch. Povetkin's lucky punch. And I'm proud of him. Good for him and everything. But you gotta face facts. You know what I mean? And I think that pretty much covers it. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much covers all the fights that I can think of at the time. For tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. I'm not even. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, those fights I think are tomorrow. I think Charlo. I just did it today. The video. I'm gonna watch it anyway. I'm gonna Google exactly what date it is. Sometimes I don't really give a shit until it comes Saturday time or Friday, and I'll look it up. Anyways. Adios, amigos. Gypsy out.